Good morning guys, and welcome back to the channel. Now you join me with the most advanced car that Mini currently make. To give it its full name, this is the Mini Countryman Cooper SE All4 PHEV. Bit of a mouthful, I know. And this video simply is, how far will this car actually get on electric power? Mini claim it will do around 19 miles. So we're going to take it out on the road and do a real world test and see what the numbers are going to be. As a bit of fun, put in the comments down below before watching the video of how many miles you think this car's going to get. Should be an interesting test. So we've got going now on this test to see how far we can actually get on electric power. According to this, we've got 17 miles of range. Let's see what happens. It's obviously very quiet in here. We've got a nice graphical display which says which mode I'm in, because it can change between the two, and it's very difficult to tell when you're actually running on just electric or just the engine or both. So I'm going to be quiet. This is what it sounds like. The sort of road we're on at the moment, it's just a normal B road, nothing special. We're coming up to a small dual carriageway section, so that would be interesting. It's supposed to stay in all electric up to 78 miles an hour. I'm not actually going to be able to test that because the speed limit is 70. So we should just stick in electric. I'm cruising along on this dual carriageway doing just a smidge under 60 miles an hour, trying to eke out as much as I can. At the moment I've just eased off and I'm coasting up to this roundabout. Now this on the display now says charge. With hybrids, certainly this one, you get something called regen braking. So whenever you brake or you coast, it's actually putting power back into the batteries, which is a good use to see if you can extend the range ever so slightly. So I don't want to put my foot down too much. Just in front of me on the instrument cluster, you've got something that's got charge and power. So that says how much charge I got left in just the batteries, and the power means the amount of power I'm using. So obviously if you put your foot down, it's going to drain the power a bit more. So I'm trying to coast as much as I can, trying to force some power back in these batteries. I'm driving very, very slowly indeed. Again, now braking, so it's charging the batteries. Pulling out roundabouts in this thing is so easy. The joy of an electric motor is you've got all of the power available as soon as you touch the accelerator. It's nothing like a petrol engine where you've actually got to wait a little bit and there is some lag. It's like instant. So pulling out of roundabouts, junctions, it's absolutely perfect for that. Overtaking, you've just got that extra power that you don't get with a standard petrol engine. So far I've done 4.2 miles, so really not that far, and I've got 13 miles of range left. I've done some dual carriageways now, and we've headed into a more of a suburban area, so we're going to see how it gets on here. So it's a 30 mile an hour limit, so let's see how it's going to cope and how the range is going to decrease. I've got a feeling that driving at slower speeds probably is nowhere near as efficient. So we're starting off, we've got 13 miles of range on just electric. I've made sure I've turned everything off that I can do. Just trying to get that little bit extra range out of it. Bit of an update for you. We're 8.4 miles into this little experiment. I've got 9 miles of range, so I think at the moment if I was in a pure electric car I'd be feeling rather nervous because I know I'd have to plug this car in, and unfortunately with electric you do have to wait 2, 3, 4 hours for it to be fully charged again. With a hybrid, on the other hand, once I run out of electricity, the good old-fashioned fossil fuel will start being used up front, and then that can be used to charge your batteries back up. But we're heading into sunny Eastbourne. Not that it's sunny whatsoever. It's cold and miserable, but we are in the UK and it's winter. And we'll see how much further we can get. At the moment, the figures said I was going to get 17, and it looks like I could be on for that. This is quite exciting. The only thing I will say is it's a bit cold in the car. I should have possibly put my coat on. I don't want to turn any gadgets on that could possibly use any electricity whatsoever. I'm not sure this is the normal way that you'd actually use this car. You'd actually have heating. At the moment I've got absolutely everything turned off. So there's no heating, no nothing, other than the infotainment system, which is on. I just want to try and eke out as much of this lovely electricity as I can, seeing if I can get near these numbers that are quoted on there. And at the moment, my dedication to the cause of freezing my watsits off at the moment. Should have put my coat on. I've got one in the back. I've got a fleece. Silly boy. I don't know why I haven't got that on, but there's not that much further, to be honest, that before I can actually pop my coat back on. We've actually gained some there. We've gone from 8 miles up to 9 miles range now. It's all that lovely regen braking that's been going on. So I'm just outside Eastbourne and I'm heading into the town. Towns really are where this sort of car is at home. If you're going to be doing mainly motorway miles, I'm not really sure something like a hybrid is your best choice. I think the more traditional Cooper or Cooper S petrol is better for that sort of thing. But if you're a city dweller or just happen to do a lot of short journeys, then this car is absolutely perfect for that. Imagine your range driving to work, you've got maybe 10 miles each way or something. You probably wouldn't even need to visit the petrol station. You might just be able to do that trip, so you're just going to plug it in at home overnight and that's it. A lot of companies now, I think, are putting charging stations into the car park, so use the company's electricity and drive for free. So I think this would be like the natural habitat of someone who owned a hybrid or pure electric car is this. We're not chucking out any dirty fumes out the back of the car. And it's very quiet, it's relaxing. It's actually really nice, to be honest. It still feels like a Mini, although a very big Mini. It looks like one, it handles like one. It's just the noise that isn't there, which is great. We've gone up to, we're ticking over to 10 miles, just coming into our 10th exciting mile on this challenge, and there's 10 nearly. Hang on, there we go, 10 miles, and we've got 8 miles range left. Right, we're gonna have to pull over now. Something a bit odd has happened. We've got 8 miles left, which is fair enough, but it's kicked over to using petrol as well, and it's come up with a message saying engine running, engine temperature low. Now let's see if we can flick back to max e-drive. Okay, so we've gone back to electric now. That was really weird. I don't know why that came on. I hadn't really gone anywhere, I just noticed, so it shouldn't really affect our test at all, but there we go. But it was a bit weird. I didn't really notice it come on. It was only the message that appeared on the screen, and I noticed the the icon there with the wheels at the front were being changed colour and the back was saying charging. So don't know what went on there, but that has got to be a positive for this car, is the fact you don't know whether it's running in either mode. Doesn't help for this particular video, because all of a sudden I go, wow, I've had a range of 200 miles out of that electric battery, but then realise I haven't, because I was running on hybrid mode. So I'm just keeping an eye on what's going on there. We're rolling again, so we're charging the battery. We're 10.6 miles in. We've got 8-mile range. We are still in max E-drive. Cheeky little thing was deciding it was going to change. How dare it think it knows better than me? What does a huge multinational like BMW know compared to a software engineer like myself? Oh. We're going to keep going. So if we just have a very quick chat about what it's like behind the wheel of this car. It feels, I reviewed the Countryman, the standard Cooper, and to be honest it didn't feel any different other than the noise to this car. It doesn't look any different, it only sounds different, and that I'd say surely they've managed to achieve the goal of a hybrid. I mean, I'm gonna have to open the window. Damn, it's cold. It's really quite chilly, and we're gonna get going. We've done a bit of town driving. I know this is a really quick whiz around some different areas, but it's nice around here. It means I can done some dual carriageways, done some town, and now we can head on up to the Downs, or Beachy Head, sorry. It's beautiful around here. This is where I bought, I think all the other cars came up here, because it's really, really good, varied driving conditions. And this should put it through. It's going to require a bit more power to actually get up some of these bigger hills. So we'll see how this affects everything. Right, we're coming up to some proper hills now. So this gradient will really test the car. We've got 6 miles and 12.1 into it. So we'll be able to see whether this is going to really hit the car. These hills are, well, they're very steep. You might not come across on the camera, but they are very, very high gradients. So I'm having to really put my foot down quite a lot. And that is hitting it quite a lot. So we've got 5 miles at 12.3, so are we going to get to 17.3? That's the aim if we keep going, if we add the 2 up. I'm starting to feel a bit nervous about this distance. I'm very, very pleased I'm in a hybrid, because when that runs out, we just put the old petrol engine on and carry on what we were doing. If you were in a full EV car at the moment, there's certainly no plugs around here. You'd have to knock on someone's door and ask if you can sit in their house for the next 6 hours and use all their electricity. We are, what have we got? 3 miles left. We're on the final 3 miles at 13. Let's see if we can eke this out. We said 17 to start with. Right. Oh, we're down to 2 miles now. There's some hills. Maybe we can use some of this regenerative braking going on, we can coast and try and eke out some of this distance. Right, charging battery. Right, we're rolling down here. No, we can't roll too much because with this sort of recharging, it does actually partly brake. So it's not like a traditional petrol where you ease off and you keep rolling. This will actually slow you down. But it's not end of the world, I suppose, is it? Oh, 2 miles. There is a pub up here. Maybe I should just go in the pub for the next 7 hours and charge back up again. Very tempting, but... Right, we've only got a couple of miles left on this. It's beautiful up here. There is a pub, so I'm almost tempted. So I just go in the pub for the next 7 hours and fully charge the thing again. There's some very nice food up here as well. Oh, sounds quite tempting. No, stick. Oh, 1 mile. We've got 1 mile. Oh, it's the final countdown. We've hit 14.1. Is there anything I can do? Physics is my friend at the moment. We're using the kinetic energy to roll down this hill. We're charging the battery. BMW have worked their magic. So we're still charging, still charging. Come on, physics. I never thought I'd be cheering about physics in a car video, but I am. We are on 16.2 miles. We've still got 2 miles to go. We're charging the battery. Let's hope this hill keeps going, because I do have a feeling if we had to go back up the other way, the figures may be slightly different. 16.4. Right, that's it. It says no miles. It doesn't seem to have changed over. I don't know how we're still running on electricity. It's got 0 mile range. Yep, we're still in e-power. We've got no range at all. How is this working? This shouldn't be possible. How can we have no range, no battery, but still running on electric? Is there some sort of reserve tank like you do with petrol when you think you've actually run out? But yeah, no, don't understand. Mini, how are you doing this? We're on 18.8 miles. Are we going to make it to 19? That'll be 2 miles more than it said when we left. And maybe I'm just amazing at driving. Honestly, yeah, I don't understand. Mini, explain yourselves. How do you do this? Like I said, we've got no miles, no charge. It's empty, and we're running on the e-power still. That makes no sense to me whatsoever. Although the screen has gone really dark. It's saving electricity on its own display. Heading back again on these lovely sea roads, it makes for a far better drive than it did before. Still charging. Come on, we're on 19.5. We can't get much further than this, can we? Oh, I'd love to get to 20. I don't know if it's possible. There's some horses. Maybe I could attach the horses over there. They could pull me along the last bit. Come on, Mini. You can do it. I've no idea why I'm cheering this on. Still e-power. Come on. You can do it. .2 of a mile and I'll be really happy. That's it. We've 19.9 miles to the gallon. It just went over to 20. Well, it said 17 and I got 20. That's impressive. I'm really, really, really surprised by that one, considering the weather's cold as well, and I've been told that cold weather makes it even less efficient. What do you guys think? You know, were you expecting that? What did you put down in the comments the first time? Did you put around this number? Be good to know. Change your comment again and put what you estimated and what you actually got, because it certainly wasn't the number I was expecting.